experiment. In today's video, I'm going to cover why most people struggle to grow their Amazon business or continue to go, or why they quit. And it really all occurred to me this morning. This morning got all screwed up. I had a plan, go to the gym. It's gonna drop our dog off at daycare. Everything was set to go. I grabbed my work bag because I've been kind of working at Panera in the morning for a little change of scenery. And I drop off the dog, get to the gym, and I forgot my gym bag. My phone, I checked, did not charge the night before, so that was at about 10%. I don't have any headphones. Luckily, since own an Amazon e-com business, I'm wearing a pair of shorts and I have a t-shirt similar to this on. And I had two decisions. I could either go back home, which would probably take 15 to 20 minutes. And I also run the risk of probably sitting down at the computer, maybe checking to see if something's in stock, or maybe I'll just source real quick and then go to the gym and potentially kind of throw off the day even more. Or I could just go and do the workout just with, what I had on. No headphones. Hopefully my phone did not die because that is what the workout is on. And yeah, so I decided to do the workout. And it sounds dumb and silly, but how does this even apply to Amazon? Well, this applies to Amazon because most people let little things like this mess up their Amazon business. You don't have the amount of time you ideally would like to source. You don't have time to source. You have to work late. You have to pick this up. You have to pick that up. And all these tiny little things lead you to maybe A, skip sourcing that day, 2, not hit one of your goals to move the business forward, or any other reasons. And that kills momentum. And momentum and consistency are one of the biggest killers of Amazon businesses and the growth of an Amazon business. Because this is usually what happens. And this is why it's so important. Even if just sit down for 15, 20 minutes, do something, anything to move the business forward. Because this is what will happen. And so what will happen is you will be like, okay, I don't have the normal, let's say, 90 minutes to source today. So I'm not going to source. And it won't seem like a big deal for that day. But then the next day is going to come around and, the situation isn't ideal. You check your seller app. You're like, oh, sales are still pretty good. I could probably get away with another day. You know what? On day 3, I'm just going to spend 3 times my spend goal. It will be fine. I'm really going to focus and I'm really going to spend the 3 times. Like, I should probably just source once a week anyway. And then day 3 rolls around and it's super overwhelming to spend the 3x your normal spend goal. And maybe I'm just know this because I'm speaking from experience, or who knows. But to top that all off, that's kind of in a good situation. If things kind of, trail the other way as well, so you don't source for like 2 or 3 days, and then maybe you get an Amazon return. Maybe you're talking to a friend and they're saying, you know what? All these returns, it seems like you spend a lot of money a month on products. Like, how much are you really making? Like, is it worth it? Or maybe you talk to someone who doesn't understand it. And now what's happening is momentum is going the other way. Then you start to think in your head, you're like, well, I haven't sourced for like 3 days. Maybe, I have been getting a lot of returns. Am I making money on this? Amazon's taking forever to check things in. I need, my living space is a mess. There's just stuff everywhere. And the reasons go on and on and on. And then you're almost looking for reasons now not to, you know, move forward. It's like, well, you know what? Like, I'm kind of happy with where my sales are at right now. Maybe I'll just source a little less, you know, that's what happens. And then when things start to go the other way, it's really, really hard to bring them the other way. And how would I know this? Because I have definitely been there before. Over December, I spent a ton of capital, and did not want to leverage any more capital. So I basically stopped sourcing. Um, January was good. February, not so good. Started to spend a little more, but took a lot of time off in February, honestly. And then it wasn't until March where I really started to get back in the groove of things, and get things back on track. But it was extremely difficult to kind of get back into that routine. And that is one of the things that will help you, is getting into a routine. Pick how much you want to source, like how many hours you want to source. And yes, I said hours, not minutes. How many new ASINs you want to find. I've literally been trying to find about 3 or 4 profitable ASINs a day. Oh, that doesn't sound like a lot, but over a span of 30 days, that's an extra 90 to 120 ASINs added to your store. I look at those 3 to 4 ASINs. If you're constantly adding 3 to 4 ASINs daily, or finding them daily, those are going to compound on each other, because let's just even say half of those, or let's just say a quarter of those, you could replenish. And if you're constantly finding new ASINs, then your store is just going to start to take off and grow. And the best part about testing ASINs is you get data. Yes, Keepa data is great, but the best data is your own sales data. So once you have that data, then you can make some smart buying decisions. Really, when you find like profitable ASINs at the beginning, Keepa, it's just an estimate until you send it in. I've looked at Keepa charts lately that look amazing and they tank. I've seen other Keepa charts where stuff is ranked in like the 300,000s, and I'm selling, 20 in a week. I mean, it's just an estimate. So getting your own data is super important. But do not let momentum kill you. Do not let these little things get in your way. I am telling you, you're gonna regret it. And the longer you wait to get back on track or get back on your goal, the longer it takes, and then the harder it is. Basically, when I kind of stopped spending, I was just like, okay, like this is awesome. Like my sales are absolutely amazing. I love this. I don't have to source. Everything is going great. And then usually you do not see the poor results. You're about like a month or two out. So if I didn't spend any money this month, I probably wouldn't notice in sales this month, but next month sales would be way down. And to kind of get that back up, the problem is, even if I spend a ton of money the following month, I'm not going to see results for the previous month. So now I'm getting 2 really bad months. And that could really, really hurt your motivation, keeping going. So I will wrap this up now, but in turn, listen, fight through it, guys. It's not perfect. Even if you sit down for 5, 10, 20, 30 minutes just to check some stuff that's out of stock, or maybe you could do a quick replenishment, just sit down, do it, and hopefully you will be able to buy something, or something will give you momentum to kind of source a little longer. I've been doing 75 hard now for 43, or this is the 44th day, I think. And I literally built in 90 minutes to my day. I have to do 2 workouts that are 45 minutes. You have to read 10 pages. Since I like to read personal development books, that usually takes me about a half hour. So I'm taking notes and writing things down. So that's right there. That's 2 hours that I made. You don't find them, you make them. So really sit down. A lot of the time, you have the time. You just have to make it. Whether it's waking up early, staying up late, doing it on your lunch hour, whatever you need to do, get it done and keep the momentum forward. Make it going. For me, I also keep track. I have a spreadsheet of everything I buy every day and tallies up how many items I buy. I also keep a to-do list that I cross stuff off so I can literally see how much I'm actually doing in the business and what I'm working on. And it shows that I'm making progress. And when I see all that progress, I'm like, let's go, come on, let's keep going. Or maybe I just am able to add one thing to that, but hopefully that one thing will allow me to just keep going and not get demotivated. If you let me know how you handle this, I am super curious. We've all been there, despite everyone posting orange bars saying everything's all good and great. This is real stuff, guys. Like, sometimes you don't find anything. Sometimes, you're having account health issues. Sometimes it feels like everything's getting returned. Sometimes it feels like nothing is checking in. This is Amazon, guys. This is how it happens. And no one tells you or talks about this stuff. And I'm here to tell you it happens. And the people who are successful on Amazon fight through that stuff. So be a fighter. Get it done. Let me know in the comments. Have you ever felt this way? How do you handle it? I can't wait to see them. And I will see you guys in the next video.